and keep these leftist douchebags in check. Leftism is a mental disorder. Well, Twitter backed down. Good. And Jack Dorsey's probably crying in his, designer sheets. How tweeted is, Twitter backs down, unlocks Post's account. And remember during the Senate hearing where Jack Dorsey says all they have to do is log in, delete their offending post that violated old rules but the new rules, delete it, and then they can repost it again, losing all those likes or hearts and retweets and the comment section. Not fair, is it? No. You see, basically what this was a power play by Jack. He wanted to make sure that you know who's in charge. It's Rasputin, or the guy who looks like about to set up an Islamic caliphate in the desert. Twitter backed down Friday in its battle with the Post and unlocked its main account after a 2-week stalemate over Hunter Biden's expose. The move came after the Post refuted Twitter's demands that it delete 6 tweets that it linked to stories that the company claimed, without evidence, I love it, were based on hacked information, which, of course, they weren't. The Post never budged and kept the tweets on the account during the standoff. In a series of tweets, the social media giant said it was revising its hacked materials policy and updating our practice of not retroactively overturning prior enforcement. Our policies are living documents. Said one of the tweets from Twitter Safety. We're willing to update and adjust them when we encounter new scenarios or receive important feedback from the public. Twitter arbitrarily cracked down on the Post and locked its account on October 14th. The company claimed the Post violated its policy on sharing hacked materials by tweeting links to bombshell exclusives on Biden's emails without ever saying how it came to that conclusion. The move sparked widespread outrage that led to Twitter to revise its policy so other users could tweet the stories. And what you saw when Jack said, and he lied under oath technically, stating that, you can post that. And there was numerous photos and, screenshots of people trying to post those links and it not working. But it continued to hold the Post account hostage, demanding the 6 tweets about its own reporting be deleted. They never were. While we've updated the policy, we won't change enforcement retroactively. You will still need to delete the tweets to regain access to your accounts, a Twitter representative told the Post on October 16th. Twitter also made 6 tweets at issue invisible to users by replacing them with messages saying this tweet is no longer available. On Friday, the company said that under its latest policy revision, decisions made under policies that were subsequently changed and published can now be appealed if the account at issue is a driver of that change. We believe this is fair and appropriate, Twitter said. This means that because a specific New York Post enforcement led us to update the hacked materials policy, we will no longer restrict their account under the terms of the previous policy, and they can now tweet again. Imagine my shock, folks, that Twitter would actually back down, and poor old Jack Dorsey had to capitulate. Why? Because his stocks took about a 20% hit today. Yeah. Interesting. But it'll probably come back up later next week or fairly soon. But this just goes to show you that you can fight big tech with the help of the public at large, showing that their high hypocrisy. Twitter is from a far left douchebag. Jack Dorsey is a far left douchebag. Not only does he look like Rasputin, not only does he look like he's about to set up an Islamic caliphate in the desert, he is a douchebag. He is not a good person. He is a far leftist. And believe you and me, if he could put you in a re-education camp, believe it, he would do it like that. Why? I'm basically saying without evidence, but that's the way I think it is. I think all far leftists, like Jack Dorsey, like Mark Zuckerberg, like Sanjay Pichai, who runs Google or Alphabet, would put you in a re-education camp if they could get away with it. This is just their version of putting you in a re-education camp. They lock your account down so you can't post. Now you're going to say, well, they violated the terms of service. Yeah, retroactively, technically. So they set up these new rules and they said, oh, we're going by the old rules. You need to capitulate and genuflect, like Ted Cruz said, to our demands. And of course, he didn't, or the New York Post didn't. They refused to. And they had to back down because they knew Twitter, they knew they were wrong. So this is a good update, but they're going to continue this same crap again because recently, as you all know, that they locked out the Customs and Border Protection official for stating that, hey, border walls are up, crime is down, no more sex trafficking, blah, blah, blah. And they said it was hateful conduct or content. Really? How is that hateful? Oh, it's hateful to the liberals and the liberal ideology. That's what it boils down to. If they don't like your opinion, if it goes against the liberal narrative, not even the truth, if it goes against their narrative, they will lock you out. This is why that places like Parler and Minds and Gab, they're important to knock Twitter back down to its rightful level. And I encourage people to use Twitter and keep these leftist douchebags in check. Leftism is a mental disorder. And Jack Dorsey is a mental disorder.